Hey everyone, Araragi here. Sage Mode lets Naruto feel an attack before he sees it, and Frog Kata lets his punch land before his fist reaches you. Give those abilities to 12-year-old Naruto before he enters the Forest of Death with Sasuke and Sakura. Neji can see every point in Naruto's chakra system. Gaara has Shukaku under his skin. Both are about to meet a Naruto who learned one of his greatest forms years early. If you want to see how far that change reaches, leave a like and subscribe to Araragi. Our story starts after the Land of Waves, with Kakashi writing the sentence that brings Jiraiya home early. The report was 11 pages long. 10 of them covered Gato, the missing Nin brothers, the bridge, and the deaths of Haku and Zabuza. Hiruzen read the 11th page twice. Kakashi stood across from the Hokage's desk with his hands in his pockets. He looked relaxed. Hiruzen had known him too long to mistake posture for ease.
When Naruto believed Sasuke was dead, did the Nine Tails answer him, or did he call for it?
It answered. Naruto chose what happened after.
Hiruzen's thumb rested on one sentence. Red chakra, visible and violent, strong enough to overwhelm Haku's ice mirrors.
Send a recall to Jiraiya. Use the old cipher. I want him home before these children enter another battlefield.
Jiraiya arrived 2 mornings later, complaining about interrupted research until the report reached his hands. The complaint stopped halfway down the last page. He found Naruto at Training Ground 7, arguing with a post because it had somehow gotten in the way of his kick. Jiraiya introduced himself as a legendary teacher. Naruto looked at his hair, his sandals, and the orange book peeking from his vest.
You look like a guy they throw out of bathhouses.
Jiraiya decided introductions could improve later. He tested Naruto's chakra by making him hold a leaf against each palm while 3 shadow clones tried to knock him over. Naruto failed loudly, then all 3 clones vanished, and the original flinched before Jiraiya threw the next pebble. He remembered the hits. He remembered which heel slipped first. More importantly, he corrected it on the next attempt. Jiraiya asked what Naruto wanted from training. The boy started with a giant toad, moved to a fireball bigger than Sasuke's, and finally stared at his own hands.
On the bridge, I got strong and I couldn't tell where I ended. Teach me something that stays mine when I'm mad.
Jiraiya's grin faded for half a second.
Pack lunch. If your eyebrows turn green, we're stopping.
Jiraiya unrolled the toad contract and made Naruto sign before he could change his mind. Naruto asked what kind of training changed eyebrows. The ground disappeared beneath them in a burst of smoke. Mount Myoboku smelled like rain, moss, and cooking oil that had no business being near food. Jiraiya explained natural energy in the plainest terms he could manage. Naruto already made chakra from his body and mind. Sage Jutsu added the energy moving through the world around him. Equal parts mattered. Too little did nothing. Too much let the mountain start changing him into something that belonged there. Naruto heard the word stronger and reached for the toad oil. His right arm changed before he finished laughing. The skin roughened. 2 fingers pulled together. Stone gray color crept from his wrist toward his elbow. Jiraiya struck the arm with a black staff. The foreign energy burst out and Naruto fell backward, clutching 10 human fingers against his chest.
Training's over. You pulled in enough to petrify a grown man.
My 3rd clone leaned left. I felt it come back. Give me 1 try without the oil.
Jiraiya looked toward the old toad watching from the path. The toad answered with 1 tap of his staff against stone. 1 try, it became 12 days, though Jiraiya never called the next attempt a promise. Naruto made 4 clones and sat them on separate stone spires. The first swatted at a fly and vanished. The second pulled too much energy and grew a wart across its nose. The third held the balance for 2 breaths. When they dispersed, Naruto inherited every itch, every bad breath, and the exact instant each body tipped. 4 clones became 3. 3 became 2. Jiraiya capped the number whenever Naruto's hands shook. Naruto hated the breaks and took them anyway because the memory of stone crawling up his arm had followed him into sleep. On the 6th day, he sensed a bird landing behind him before he heard its claws. On the 9th, he struck a wooden post and stared as the wood cracked an inch beyond his knuckles. On the 12th, Naruto sat alone. Orange pigment settled around his eyes. His pupils drew flat. The mountain did not go quiet, it grew crowded. Water moved inside leaves. Small hearts beat beneath the soil. Jiraiya stood 20 paces behind him with one hand ready on the staff. Naruto felt that hand too. He stood, walked to a stone target, and stopped with his fist short of its face. The natural energy surrounding his arm struck first. Stone tore loose from the ground and skipped twice across the valley. Naruto stared after it. Then the grin arrived.
Tell me Sasuke gets to see that.
He gets 3 minutes. After that, he gets to watch you fall over.
The orange around Naruto's eyes vanished almost exactly when Jiraiya predicted. His knees folded. Jiraiya caught the back of his jacket before his face met the stone. 20 seconds to gather. 3 minutes in the form. One use before exhaustion turned his legs unreliable. Sage perception, the unseen reach of Frog Kata, and enough strength to throw a boulder that had outweighed him that morning. In 12 days, Naruto had learned one of Mount Myoboku's rarest techniques. The Chunin Exams were waiting. Sasuke saw Sage Mode the evening Naruto returned. Kakashi had asked for a demonstration. Naruto had wanted an audience. He broke the practice post without touching it, looked directly at Sasuke and enjoyed every second of silence that followed.
Your legs are shaking.
Naruto immediately locked his knees.
They're excited. Different thing.
Sakura crouched beside the splintered post and measured the gap between Naruto's fist and the wood. She asked him to do it again. Jiraiya answered for him, tomorrow. That single word told Sasuke more than the broken post did. The power had a cost. It also told him Naruto had gained something real while the rest of Team 7 remained in Konoha. When Kakashi offered the Chunin exam forms, all three signed. Naruto wanted the village to see him win. Sasuke wanted to measure the distance Naruto had opened. Sakura wanted both of them to remember they had entered as a team. The first exam gave Sage Mode nothing useful to hit. Naruto sat over a paper full of questions designed for older shinobi, sweated through 10 chances to quit, and carried Team 7 through with the same refusal he had always owned. The second exam suited him much better. Anko sent them through Gate 12 with an earth scroll, 5 days of food, and a cheerful warning that people died in the forest every year. Naruto reached the first tree, folded his legs, and closed his eyes.
We lose 20 seconds every time you do that.
Then guard him for 20 seconds and complain while you work.
Sasuke took the left side. Sakura watched the right. Naruto opened Sage eyes at 17 seconds. He felt 3 genin moving north. A centipede burrowed under a rotting log. Far below Team 7, something thick as a house slid through the roots without making the ground shake the way it should. Naruto was already moving when the earth opened. The giant snake burst up beneath Sakura. Naruto caught one side of its upper jaw. His sandals carved trenches through the soil as the mouth tried to close. Sasuke grabbed Sakura and pulled her clear. Naruto twisted with the animal's momentum, lifted its head, and drove the snake sideways through 3 trees. The crash rolled across the forest. Sasuke landed beside him with his Sharingan active.
Whoever sent it knows where we are now.
The snake was already pretty loud.
The grass ninja stepped onto a branch above them. Naruto had felt animals, insects, and other genin through the ground. The figure above him felt wrong in a new way. The chakra filled the borrowed body too tightly, as if a river had been poured into a skin bag. Then the killing intent hit. Naruto knew the attack was coming. His body still froze. Sakura's breath stopped. Sasuke saw his own death so clearly that his knees bent before the first kunai left Orochimaru's hand. Sage Mode gave Naruto every detail of their fear. It gave him no grown man's experience for carrying it. The kunai crossed half the distance. Naruto bit his tongue hard enough to taste blood and slapped the weapon out of the air.
Sasuke! Move now or I'll hit you first!
Insult reached Sasuke where courage could not. Fire rolled from his mouth. Orochimaru slipped beneath it. Sakura drove wire across the next branch and turned the escape route into a trap. Naruto came through the smoke with his fist pulled back. Orochimaru leaned away from the visible punch. Frog Kata struck him across the ribs. The grass body folded around the hit and smashed through the trunk behind it. For one sharp second, all 3 genin thought Naruto had done it. The body opened at the mouth. Orochimaru crawled out of himself, wet and smiling, while the ruined shell slid from the branch.
A little sage. Jiraiya has been keeping better secrets than I expected.
Naruto rushed him. Orochimaru gave ground. That choice made Naruto chase harder. It also let Orochimaru count. Sasuke's fire pushed from one side. Sakura's wire denied the other. Naruto broke branches with strikes that stopped short and landed anyway. For nearly a minute, Team 7 forced a Sannin to move around them. Then Orochimaru started guiding the fight in circles. He sent snakes at Sakura and made Naruto spend strength clearing them. He showed Sasuke an opening, then turned it into a blade crossing Naruto's path. Every exchange took seconds from the orange around Naruto's eyes. Jiraiya had warned him that an experienced enemy would look at the form and search for its edge. Naruto had imagined that edge as a wall he could punch through. Orochimaru watched the pigment begin to fade.
There, your breathing changed.
Naruto swung. His fist reached skin this time and carried no hidden impact beyond it. Orochimaru caught his wrist. One palm drove into Naruto's chest. The tree behind him cracked when his back hit. A second blow behind the ear shut the forest off at once. Sakura threw a kunai. Orochimaru turned his head and let it pass. Sasuke stood between him and both teammates, shaking under the same killing intent that had nearly put him on his knees. He stayed there. Orochimaru wanted that choice. He wanted the fear, the pride, and the need underneath it. The bite landed at Sasuke's neck. Sasuke screamed and fell beside Naruto. 3 black marks formed on his skin. Orochimaru left without touching Naruto's seal. The boy's sage chakra had interested him. Sasuke remained the reason he had entered the forest. And deeper among the trees, 3 sound genin received their order. Sakura woke with Sasuke burning against her shoulder and Naruto breathing too shallowly at her feet. She hid both boys beneath a broad root, laid wire and shuriken through the brush, then stood over them when the sound trio arrived. Her traps bought time. Lee bought more and fell. Kin caught Sakura by the hair, so Sakura cut it with a kunai and drove forward before the severed strands touched the ground. Zaku tore the clearing open with air from the tubes in his palms. Dosu's metal speaker hummed against his arm. Kin circled towards Sasuke while all 3 demanded Team 7's scroll. Their eyes kept returning to the curse mark.
Come take it. I'm done moving for you.
Behind Sakura, Naruto woke. He kept his eyes shut. His first charge was gone, his chest hurt, and natural energy moved close enough to gather if he stayed still. Sakura backed over his sleeve and felt his breathing settle into the 4 count she had seen at the forest gate. His little finger pressed once into the dirt. Naruto histradu perfided. She understood. Sakura attacked Dosu and forced the trio to close around her. Zaku's blast rolled her through the dirt. She came up bleeding and went again. Kin moved toward Naruto. Sakura hooked her ankle and took a kick for it. Zaku blew apart the last trap. Sakura turned her back to the debris and covered the boys. Kin pulled her upright and raised a kunai. Naruto's eyes opened. His fist stopped beside Kin's ribs. Frog Kata threw her across the clearing without touching her.
You bought the whole thing. My turn.
Zaku fired. Naruto felt pressure fill the arm tubes and struck one palm from below as the blast left it. The air split into the canopy. Naruto crossed the gap, drove Zaku down, and squeezed the second tube until its pressure collapsed inside his sleeve. Dosu approached from Naruto's blind side. Naruto sensed him and blocked. The sound went through his arm. His inner ear twisted, the trees tipped sideways, and Dosu's knee sent him down. Sage perception found every foot in the clearing while Naruto's body forgot which direction was up. Sakura dragged him clear and held his face toward one trunk.
Naruto, look at me. 1 tree. Pick 1 tree.
The forest steadied. Then Sasuke's chakra erupted from the roots with something cold wound through it. Black lines spread from the 3 marks on his neck. Sasuke stood. He burned through Zaku's defense, drove him into the earth, and reached down again after the fight was over. Naruto crossed the space between them and caught Sasuke's wrist. Controlled nature energy met the curse mark surge. Naruto's sandals sank.
Let go. He wanted to see what this power does.
We saw it. You're done.
Sasuke pulled harder. Naruto held him. The strange chakra moved like a second pulse inside the first. Sakura wrapped both arms around Sasuke from behind.
Sasuke, stop! Look at me, please.
Her tears struck the back of his shirt. The black marks retreated. Naruto lowered Sasuke while Sakura kept one hand over the bite. The sound ninja withdrew with their wounded. Their scroll remained behind in the dirt. Naruto's sage mode faded. He pressed 2 fingers near Sasuke's neck without touching the mark.
There's chakra in there that isn't yours. It pulled when you got angry, like it was listening.
Sasuke looked at Naruto's fading eyes, then at the black marks on his own skin.
Keep your pity.
I was gonna call you an idiot.
That sounded familiar enough for Sasuke to look away. Team 7 reached the tower together. Sakura carried the scroll. Sasuke walked with one hand over the mark and kept checking whether Naruto's legs were shaking. Sasuke's preliminary came first. He fought Yoroi while the curse mark tried to wake, protected it from sight, and won with the last strength in his legs. Kakashi took him beneath the tower afterward and placed the evil sealing method around the 3 marks. Naruto sat against the wall while Jiraiya listened to his description. The foreign chakra had pulsed before Sasuke moved. It tightened around his own chakra network whenever rage climbed. Naruto had sensed no clean border between the mark and Sasuke once the black line spread. Kakashi used those details to place the suppression formula. Jiraiya watched the seal close and warned them both that foreign chakra could be quiet without being gone.
The seal gives Sasuke a door he can choose to keep shut. It doesn't remove the room behind it.
Sasuke disliked the metaphor and the audience. He left before Jiraiya could ask a second question. Naruto's own preliminary opponent had spent the forest hearing rumors about orange eyes. Kiba charged the instant the match began. He had correctly guessed that Sage Mode required stillness. Naruto never tried to use it. He filled the floor with ordinary shadow clones. Kiba and Akamaru tore through them, following scent toward the original. Naruto used his improved awareness in base form to switch places twice, let Kiba destroy the clone he was sure had been real, and dropped from the railing with both heels. Kiba dodged. Naruto landed badly. Akamaru hit him from behind. The match became a loud, muddy brawl for another minute. It ended when Kiba followed Naruto's scent into a clone pile and found the real Naruto buried underneath it, waiting with an uppercut.
I can stand still after I win.
Kiba remained conscious long enough to call that the dumbest plan he had ever smelled. It worked. It worked. The finals bracket put Naruto against Neji. 1 month stood between them. Jiraiya took Naruto back to Mount Myoboku and drew 2 circles in the dirt. Naruto stood in one. A shadow clone sat in the other. The clone gathered natural energy while the original fought Jiraiya with ordinary chakra. The first time the clone dispersed, badly balanced energy returned with it. Naruto's nose widened, his feet webbed, and Jiraiya struck him with the staff before the change reached his knees.
Every mistake comes home too. 1 clone, 1 refill. You lose the balance, you cancel it yourself.
They trained the relay until Naruto could feel the clone as a distant cup filling 1 drop at a time. He cut his activation from 20 seconds to 9. He held the form for nearly 5 minutes. The stored clone gave him 1 second charge. Using both left him flat on his back, hungry enough to consider the mountain's worm stew. Jiraiya called that the clearest proof of exhaustion he had ever seen. They also returned to the Toad contract. Naruto had treated it like a ticket to the mountain until Jiraiya reminded him that a sage who could not summon a toad was going to receive a very rude funeral. Naruto moved from tadpoles to mid-sized fighters, then poured almost his full base reserves into 1 seal and summoned Gamabunta for 3 furious seconds. The boss toad left after calling him too small to stand on his head. Naruto took that as progress. Naruto also learned to fight without chasing every presence he felt. A bird could pass behind him. A toad could move under the ledge. Jiraiya could throw 1 stone as a distraction and another as the real attack. The lesson mattered because Neji could see almost everything. Neji came forward before the proctor finished moving away. Naruto had expected it. 12 shadow clones filled the arena, and the original vanished into them. Neji's Byakugan opened. He saw equal chakra in every body. He also saw posture, breath, and the tiny gathering of energy beginning in one Naruto near the back. He removed clones with 2 fingers and no wasted motion. 1 second. 1 second. The first row attacked high. Neji struck their shoulders and hearts. Smoke covered the floor. 3 seconds. Naruto changed places with a clone. Neji followed the gathering natural energy anyway. 5. 2 clones locked arms and tried to hold him. Rotation blew them apart. 7. Neji crossed the remaining distance and drove 2 fingers toward Naruto's chest. Naruto's eyes opened orange. His palm caught Neji's wrist 1 inch from the tenketsu. The force of the stop cracked the floor beneath both boys.
I can see your chakra gathering. Hiding among copies changes nothing.
Then watch closer!
Neji attacked the chakra network. Naruto attacked the rhythm around it. Sage perception caught the change in Neji's front foot before every gentle fist thrust. Naruto turned past 4, blocked the 5th, and took the 6th below his shoulder. The strike pinched off a line of chakra down his left arm. His fingers went numb. Never become theatrical. Neji saw the interruption and pressed. 2 more points closed near Naruto's ribs. The Sage chakra wavered as its route narrowed. Naruto backed away and sent 3 clones from different angles. Neji met them without turning his head. The Byakugan covered almost every direction, and rotation erased the last blind approach. The crowd began to understand what Naruto was facing. His new power had made him faster and stronger. Neji's eyes could watch the power move inside him and shut the roads it used. Hinata watched from the rail with both hands tight against her jacket. Neji saw her too.
Hinata learned what happens when effort reaches its limit. You were there.
Naruto rolled his numb shoulder.
Yeah, I saw her get up again. You must have missed that part.
He rushed Neji with 1 clone beside him. The clone swung first. Neji struck it through the chest. Naruto's fist came behind the smoke, aimed wide enough to miss his face. Neji read the shoulder. He read the elbow. He moved exactly beyond the knuckles. Frog kata hit him in the jaw. His feet left the floor. Neji twisted in the air, landed on one hand, and skidded. Blood touched the corner of his mouth. For the first time in the match, the Byakugan had given him a correct picture and an incomplete answer. Naruto did not let him reset. Clones rushed from the front and right. Neji began rotation. Naruto felt the chakra release from every point and the air peel away around it. He threw the clones into the spin. They burst into smoke, hiding the exact edge of rotation from ordinary sight. Naruto did not need ordinary sight. He felt the sphere contract as Neji ended the technique. Naruto planted 1 foot outside the visible reach and drove his good hand forward. Neji started to turn toward the fist. The natural force arrived from his blind side edge first. It struck his ribs, lifted him from the center of the fading rotation, and carried him across the arena. Neji hit the wall and dropped to 1 knee. He tried to rise. 1 leg failed. Naruto's sage pigment flickered, but he stayed standing.
Why keep fighting after your chakra points begin to close?
Because you don't get to decide when I'm finished. You don't get to decide it for Hinata either.
Neji looked toward the rail. The proctor called the match. Naruto had defeated the Hyuga prodigy with the power Neji could see and the reach he had never faced. The arena erupted. Sakura shouted until her voice cracked. Kakashi's visible eye curved. Jiraiya pretended he had expected the final strike to work exactly that way. Sasuke arrived late enough to miss the beginning and early enough to see Naruto receive the end of it. Under the bandage at his neck, the curse mark pulsed once. Naruto had time to eat half a lunch, let the last sage chakra drain, and build a fresh charge while the officials waited for Sasuke. Jiraiya found him in the west tunnel with 1 shadow clone sitting behind a locked maintenance door.
If somebody opens that door, cancel the clone. You don't take mystery balance into a fight.
9 seconds, 5 minutes, 1 refill. I know.
Jiraiya tapped 2 fingers against the back of Naruto's head and returned to the stands. Where Sasuke finally arrived, his match with Gaara began. Chidori pierced the sand defense. Gaara saw his own blood, and the chakra around him twisted until Naruto could feel it from the opposite side of the arena. Then a second pressure rose beneath the crowd. where several clusters moved at once. Sand shinobi near the eastern rail, sound shinobi wearing borrowed faces. Chakra tightened in prepared hands before any weapon appeared. Naruto stood so quickly his lunch fell.
Kakashi! East rail top row! They're about to attack!
Kakashi trusted the warning before he found the proof. Sakura followed his eye, released the genjutsu as white feathers began to fall, and pulled 2 civilians beneath the stone lip of the aisle. Leaf shinobi near them moved early. A volley of kunai struck empty seats instead of backs. One sand attacker landed in the aisle with an explosive tag already lit. Naruto met him halfway down the steps. He knocked the tag into the open arena and covered a child with his own body as the blast threw dirt over the first rows. Kakashi cut down the second attacker before his blade reached Sakura. She woke 3 more spectators from the genjutsu and pushed them toward the west exit. Shikamaru's shadow caught a sound ninja who should have reached that doorway first. The warning lasted only a few seconds. A few seconds changed which seats filled with blood. Across the arena, 4 sound ninja landed around Hiruzen and Orochimaru. Purple fire climbed between them. Naruto reached the barrier rail as Hiruzen tore away the Kazekage's disguise and revealed the face beneath it. Heat drove Naruto back. His sage perception touched the wall and recoiled from concentrated chakra woven through all 4 sides. Hiruzen saw him through the flames.
Naruto, defend the village. Leave this battle to me.
Every part of Naruto wanted to hit the barrier until something broke. Then he felt Sakura moving after Sasuke. Gaara's chakra was fleeing into the trees, growing darker with every second. Outside the barrier, Anbu struck the flames with water and steel. Both vanished against the purple wall. Naruto could feel Hiruzen's chakra alone inside it and 4 steady sources feeding the prison from its corners. Breaking one corner might open the whole formation. Reaching any corner meant crossing a village already under attack. Naruto looked at Hiruzen once more. The old man had already turned to face his student. Naruto ran. The pursuit had already torn through the forest by the time Naruto caught it. He passed broken branches, sand feathers, and patches of glass left by Sasuke's fire. Pakun led the group until Gaara's chakra became impossible for Naruto to lose. Shikamaru dropped behind to stall the pursuing sound ninja. Naruto wanted to argue and saw in Shikamaru's face that the decision had already been made. So he kept running. Early sage perception let him carry Shikamaru's position for several hundred yards before the forest swallowed it. One more battlefield behind him. One more person buying time. Sasuke reached Gaara first. He spent his remaining Chidori against the sand armor and awakened the curse mark when his own chakra ran low. Black lines spread across his skin. His knees buckled before he could finish the fight. Sakura arrived beside him. Gaara's sand arm caught her against a tree. Naruto reached the ridge above the clearing and planted both feet. Gaara's attention stayed on Sasuke. 9 seconds stretched while the sand tightened around Sakura. Naruto gathered without moving until orange opened around his eyes. Then he hit the clearing. He felt the sand before it moved. Thousands of grains pulled together around Gaara's shoulder and rolled toward Sasuke like a closing fist. Naruto drove his own fist into empty air. Frog Kata split the wave down the center. The impact opened a path through the sand. Naruto crossed it, caught Sasuke by the vest, and threw him clear before the grains closed again.
My body won't move.
Then watch. You can complain when I drag you home.
Gaara's half-formed face turned toward Naruto. Sand covered one side of his body in the shape of Shukaku, thickening his arm and jaw until the boy inside looked swallowed.
You have something inside you too. Why do they stand near you?
Naruto glanced at Sakura pinned behind him and Sasuke bleeding in the dirt.
Because I had to earn it. Try caring if they get hurt.
Gaara screamed and charged. His sand arm hit like a falling wall. Naruto caught the wrist, sank to his ankles, and felt the limb rebuilding around every crack. Frog Kata drove through the shell and burst a section from the elbow. Sand poured into the gap before Naruto could attack twice. Gaara learned quickly. He stopped throwing the whole limb. Needles came from behind Naruto while the heavy arm kept him facing front. Sage perception saved him. Naruto ducked before the sand hardened, rolled under the arm, and struck the human shape buried at its center. The invisible force reached Gaara through the partial armor. Gaara flew backward. His sand stopped him before the trees did. Naruto's next attack met a thicker shell. Gaara fed more chakra into Shukaku and gave up more of his own shape. The forest floor sank under the growing weight. 5 minutes had never felt short during training. Here, the orange pigment began to fade while Sakura was still trapped and Gaara was becoming larger. Naruto sensed the relay clone through the thread of shared chakra. It sat in the dark tunnel beneath the arena, holding a full balance and waiting for the signal. He released it. The clone vanished miles away. Natural energy returned in one clean rush. Orange flared around Naruto's eyes before the first charge had fully died. His legs almost folded under the transfer, then straightened. One refill. Gaara's sand hand closed around Sakura's chest. Naruto crossed the clearing too fast for Sasuke's Sharingan to follow. He broke 3 sand tendrils with his forearm, landed on the huge wrist, and ran toward Gaara's face while the limb rebuilt behind him. Frog Kata hit once, twice, then a third time from angles the visible fists never reached. Cracks raced through the Shukaku shell. Gaara roared. The shell burst outward. Sand rose above the trees, swallowing his body and building a monster around it. Naruto landed beside Sakura as the complete shape of Shukaku opened its mouth. Sage mode had made Naruto the strongest genin in the forest. Shukaku was a tailed beast large enough to crush the clearing by leaning forward. Naruto bit his thumb. The summoning seal spread beneath his palm. Gamabunta arrived in smoke and outrage, one hand already on the hilt of his sword. He recognized Shukaku before Naruto finished pointing. The old toad had several loud objections to fighting it. A blast of compressed air erased the hill behind them. Gamabunta drew his blade. The objections could wait. Shukaku struck first. Gamabunta met the sand beast with steel. The blade cut through one arm and buried itself halfway into the ground. Sand rebuilt around the wound. Wind tore the tops from the trees. Naruto clung to Gamabunta's head and let sage perception spread through the battlefield. The sand body moved in waves. Most were noise, huge shifts meant to hide the narrow pressure racing toward Gamabunta's legs. Naruto felt it gather underground.
On your left foot! Jump!
Gamabunta moved. Sand spears erupted where his leg had been. He landed on Shukaku's chest, drew his short blade, and cut a path toward Gaara. Shukaku opened his mouth again. Naruto felt wind pressure compact behind the teeth and shouted before the blast formed. Gamabunta flooded the air with water. Wind hit water above the trees and burst into a storm that flattened the clearing without taking the toad's head off. Naruto's warning had made the exchange possible. Gamabunta's size had survived it. Neither advantage could replace the other. Inside the arena barrier, Hiruzen fought another impossible scale. Orochimaru called the first and second Hokage from their coffins. Wood filled the rooftop. Water struck without a river. Hiruzen used clones of his own and answered each former teacher with the techniques they had once watched him learn. The barrier team held. Every leaf shinobi outside it could only watch through the purple fire.
You grew old while the village kept asking you for one more day.
Then I will spend the day they gave me.
He summoned Enma and sealed the souls Orochimaru had dragged back. Each seal tore more strength from him. The barrier guards saw Hiruzen's shoulders dip. Orochimaru saw it too and sent the Kusanagi blade from his mouth. Enma caught the sword once, lost it, and changed back into the staff with blood on his hands. Hiruzen made 2 shadow clones anyway. He had watched Naruto fill an arena with them hours earlier. Now the old man divided what remained of his own chakra 3 ways and seized both former Hokage at once. In the forest, Gaara forced himself to sleep on top of Shukaku's head. The beast's presence surged as the boy's mind slipped away. Shukaku laughed through a mouth wide enough to swallow Gamabunta's blade. Or Naruto felt Gaara inside that enormous chakra, a small living point near the crown. Gamabunta could get him close. The final distance belonged to Naruto. Transformation chakra wrapped around the toad and gave him claws long enough to hold Shukaku for several seconds. Sand tore through the disguise. Gamabunta kept his grip while Naruto launched from his head. Or Naruto crossed the gap anyway. Sand rose between him and Gaara. He felt each layer close. One fist broke the first. Frog Katata broke the second before he touched it. The third cut his cheek. The fourth caught his ankle and tried to pull him into Shukaku's forehead. Naruto made one shadow clone in the air. The clone grabbed his arm, swung, and threw the original beyond the sand. Naruto drove his forehead into Gaara's. Gaara woke. Shukaku's laughter broke apart. The giant body began to collapse beneath them. On the rooftop, Hiruzen caught Orochimaru inside the Reaper Death Seal. The old Hokage no longer had the strength to pull out the whole soul. He changed his grip and took what he could reach. Orochimaru's arms went dead. His sword remained through Hiruzen's body. Far away, Naruto and Gaara fell through dissolving sand. Gamabunta caught enough of the collapse to keep Naruto alive. Branches took the rest. When Naruto opened his eyes again, the sage pigment was gone and every muscle shook. Gaara lay across from him, trying to lift one hand. Naruto crawled. Gaara watched him come with fear, replacing anger.
Why are you still coming?
Naruto pulled himself over one root and dropped on the other side.
You touched Sakura. You tried to kill Sasuke. My body moves for that, even when it hates me.
Gaara looked past him. Sakura was free. Sasuke was on one knee beside her, too exhausted to stand and still trying. Naruto had carried the same kind of monster into the fight. He had spent its rival power protecting the people behind him. Gaara's hand fell. At almost the same moment, Hiruzen looked through the purple fire at the village he had failed, protected, and loved for most of his life. He smiled at Orochimaru. Then the third Hokage died. Konoha survived the invasion. The arena district counted fewer dead because Naruto's warning had moved several leaf shinobi before the feathers fell. Gaara returned to the sand alive. Orochimaru escaped with 2 useless arms and 1 curse mark still buried in Sasuke. The village told stories about orange eyes in the stands and a giant toad beyond the wall. Medics told a quieter version. 4 civilians from the East Row arrived alive because Sakura woke them early, and 2 leaf shinobi reached the hospital because Kakashi had been facing the right direction when the first blade came down. One none of it changed the photograph at the front of the funeral. Rain ran from the frame. Naruto stood between Sakura and Jiraiya with his head lowered. Sasuke watched from beneath the edge of the crowd, one hand near his neck. Naruto had sensed the barrier. He had seen Hiruzen alive inside it. He had obeyed the order to leave. After the mourners began to thin, he asked the question that had been sitting under every word people used about victory.
If I was strong enough to feel that fight, why wasn't I strong enough to save him?
Jiraiya looked at Hiruzen's photograph before answering.
There were several battlefields. He chose his. You chose yours when you listened to him.
Naruto hated the answer because it stayed true after he tried to argue with it. He looked back toward the village. Roofs were broken. People were already repairing them. Early Sage mode had carried him through the Chunin Exams, put a Sannin on the defensive, beaten Neji, and stopped a tailed beast. It had also taught him how many lives could exist beyond the fight in front of his fists. Sasuke left the funeral knowing Naruto now stood farther ahead. The curse mark knew it too. Gaara left Konoha with a worse problem than defeat. He had seen someone like him become strong through people instead of bodies. And Jiraiya left beside Naruto, aware that Hiruzen's last order had placed the boy in his care more clearly than any coded recall ever could. By the end of the invasion, Naruto had beaten Neji, stopped Shukaku, and come home to Hiruzen's funeral. Sasuke stood beside him with Orochimaru's mark still on his neck. He had watched Naruto master power through training while his own power had taken control of him in seconds. So where does Sasuke go from here? Does he chase Orochimaru sooner or fight harder to stay with Team 7? Tell me your answer below. And if you want to follow this Naruto into Itachi's return and the search for Tsunade, leave a like and subscribe to Araragi. I'll see you in the next one.